from the sides of the story and go deeper together. Let's talk weekdays at 8 a.m.
on 95.1 Nigeria Info, Abuja. Let's talk.
The Current Affairs Show. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info. This is Morning Crossfire on 95.1 Nigeria Info.
It's 6:13 a.m. Welcome back to the Morning Crossfire. It's time to take a look at what the newspaper headlines are saying for today, the third day in the month of February 2024.
Hot and fresh off the press, these are the front pages.
2025, I meant to say. 2025. I can't believe that's happening in February. But anyway, we're going to be looking at the Punch newspapers, the Vanguard, the Guardian, and the Daily Trust newspapers. Remember that these headlines is published by these media houses and have nothing to do with Nigeria Info. But let's get started with the front page of the Punch newspapers. A cover story here: Dangote price slash, marketers with imported fuel fear losses. Exchange rate appreciates by 63 naira to 7-month high. Reps didn't demand 480 million naira bribe to approve varsity's budgets, says VC. Remember that story was on the headlines last week. The VC says the reps did not demand 480 million naira bribe to approve varsity's budgets. I believe Ladoja has information on Bola Ige's murder, according to Akande. Thames wins Best African Music Performance at 2025 Grammy Awards. Aregbe Shola should prostrate, beg Tinubu, says Oshun Rep. Police free woman held hostage in Abuja hotel by online dates. Trending story: US-based Nigerian doctor held family hostage before suicide, father-in-law alleges. Police confirm abduction of 2 siblings, woman in Kwara. Police arrest 3 as cult clashes claim 3 lives in Rivers community. Abure being sponsored to destabilize LP, according to NLC Commission Deputy President Nadubuaku. Ned Nwoko left PDP over fear of losing 2027 ticket, says Delta State Governor's aide. And finally on the Punch, Anambra 2025, APC aspirant vows to unseat Soludo. You'd find these and many more headlines on the Punch newspapers this morning. A quick look at the Vanguard newspapers. On the front page, subsidy removal. Oil marketers escalate borrowing, transfer burden to motorists. How Obasanjo and Buhari embarrassed Nigeria in Paris. You'd find that story on the front page of the Vanguard newspapers. Police smash syndicate who steals, sells children to Nigerians in diaspora. Scores killed, others injured as suspected herdsmen invade Ebonyi community. 32-year-old man steals 5-year-old child in Anambra. Vice principal, wife, 3 children perish in Borno Inferno. PDP crisis gets messier, NEC member berates governor's forum. Current crisis will make PDP stronger, according to Zamfara governor. Tinubu's directive reinstating Obasa is fake news, says Lagos lawmaker. Sunday Dare blasts El Rufai and Mechi for opposing Tinubu, tags them wannabes. Fresh worries over multiple checkpoints in Southeast. Trump's crackdown, FG to receive Nigerian deportees as non-Americans are deported in handcuffs. Probe missing 26 billion naira in Ministry of Petroleum Resources, PTDF. Serap tells Tinubu. And finally, on the Vanguard, don't become undertaker of telecom sector. Telcos warn NLC. These and many more stories you'll find on the Vanguard newspapers this morning. And now let's head off to The Guardian. On the front page, a cover story here says, TET Fund disbursed over 1.9 trillion naira to tertiary institutions in 13 years. No credible alternative to APC, according to Masari. NCDC increases surveillance at entry points amid Uganda's Ebola outbreak. 2027, to defeat Tinubu, opposition must play competitive politics, according to Lukman. Oshun 2026, Aregbesola a bride, PDP should woo, says Wale Oke. PDP crisis gets messier as NEC member berates Governors Forum. You'd find that story as well here on the Guardian newspapers. Telcos prepare 50% tariff hike set for rollout in March. Brace for fresh electricity tariff hike, FG tells Nigerians. Dangote refinery's price cut can't reflect instantly at stations, according to Petron. Bill for proposed new Southeast state passes second reading. And finally, on The Guardian, Lagos moves to ease adoption process as police arrest child trafficking syndicates. And that's it on the Guardian newspapers for this morning. A final stop is the Daily Trust, the cover story. The dust raised by Kano State's 2.5 billion naira mass wedding. You find that story on the Daily Trust newspapers. NLC nationwide strike against telcos tariff hike, an error, according to stakeholders. FG plans fresh electricity tariff hike. JNI, Southern Kaduna Muslim leaders commend Khartoum's empowerment programs. FG hands over report to Kano government to combat maternal mortality. Bayelsa residents appeal for potable water to check cholera outbreak. Black weekend in Ondo as 30 passengers are burnt to death. I can't be a Nollywood actor in governance, says El Rufai. Governor Yusuf honors 19 generals, 16 others. 2023 Hajj, Kaduna to continue refunds for pilgrims. And finally, on the Daily Trust, oil marketers now loading petrol from Port Harcourt's Warri refineries, according to Petron. And that's a good place to leave it on the Daily Trust. Time to get to your reactions. The numbers to call are 0700 951 0000 0809 597 4869. On the WhatsApp, it's 080 999 30137. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja, so you can watch us live on there and drop your thoughts as you do. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Charles calling from Usetu.
Welcome, Charles. Go ahead.
Herders in vegetable communities are killed. I want to ask the military that have mounted checkpoints everywhere, the DSS that are going into house of people, arresting them. Is this herders under a name that whatever they are free to do, go to the community and steal and go for free? They should tell us. Because if this thing has happened, any crime that happened in the East now, the media houses will target IPOB. Before IPOB came, there has been crime, there have been set up. Even IPOB have been calling for this set of drug dealers who are working with politicians, making the Eastern region ungovernable. That they should pick up these guys who are doing this thing. The government will attack every crime on IPOB. Now headers are free killing, and we'll keep quiet and watch them. No, it is our people say it is only three. They say they will call.
All right. Sadly, I have to let you go. We need to take a very quick break, and when we return, I'll take more of your comments. Don't go away.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Connection established.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Came out and said nobody should be stopping. Nobody should. But look now, they went to Paris and embarrassed themselves. You see, we know what happened under the regime of these two leaders. Political corruption, economic corruption, and they want to clear themselves in the presence of people. They should come back to Nigeria and clear themselves. I remember we have laws that by now these two past leaders supposed to be pulling their head in jail. Thank you.
All right, Dan. Thank you so much for calling and sharing your thoughts. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, good morning. How are you?
Very well. You're welcome.
You are doing a marvelous job. My name is Mrs. Kumeza. I love your newscasting skills.
Thank you.
Yeah. When Donald said he's going to return from Africa to their country, we are all talking. I feel it's time for Nigerians to look inward. If your children are going out and they are not welcome, please make the home comfortable. Make your house a home and let it be comfortable for them. So when they are going out, when our fathers were here, they travel abroad weekends, they will buy spoons, they will crest their name on it. They just go relax and come back. Not this modern slavery. I rest my case on that. On the issue of tariff, we don't wake up to hear another news again. I know people that are on band A. They wish you take them to band B or band Z. You know why? 1,000 naira will give you 4-point-something units. Please, if you own your heater or AC, let me know over exaggerate areas that they do have, like you have to buy that 1,000 naira will finish before the end of the day. I am not exaggerating. Thank God, God remember me. I'm not on band A. However, this subsidy is gone. It's not working. All what we are getting is fluctuation of price of fuel. The money from subsidy is gone. Where is it, my sister? I am not saying they should not hike their tariff. As I speak to you, Saturday, Sunday, in Buhari, I am not joking, no lie. So my brethren, as you are going out, off everything because maybe they will bring one shaky light that will spoil our things. Finally, Ma, you told us that one of our beautiful sisters was discovered in a hotel in FCP. I saw the video. That girl was really battered. I don't know what is going on that we don't have a respect for human beings. Now, our brother killed himself in America. Why? Because of failed marriage and other stories we are hearing around. My advice to people is, before you marry, this beauty that we always go after, I think is not the major thing that you should look into. Look at somebody that has the fear of God. Fear of God is not religion. There's somebody that will share your pains, your strength, your weaknesses with you. I'm not talking to only men. I'm also talking to women. It's so hurting that you have friends. You are going through a lot in your marriage. They will tell you to stay put, as if marriage is not murder. At the end of the day, the man is gone. We are hearing different stories. Instead of people to allow him just go his go, allow his family to mourn the demise of one of the brilliant doctors abroad. We are hearing different stories about him. I beg, before you put leg inside anywhere, any relationship, please shine your eye. Leave ice cream and popcorn. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Omeza, for sharing your thoughts this morning with us. Good morning.
Good morning, the angelic Gabriella. How are you?
Very well, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Abakar Upalu from Wawalada.
Welcome. Go ahead.
What is the foreign policy objective of this administration? Before you inform people that the two former presidents committed, they were to embarrass the country at international forum. Have they been briefed? Have they been carrying along? What is the foreign objective? You have seen how our foreign relations so far blunder, so far setback. I mean, see the current diplomatic setback will suffer. As we have our president as ECOWAS chairman, but we see how the three Sahel countries existed as ECOWAS. So we are not recording any breakthrough in terms of in diplomatic cycle. So maybe that is why the two former presidents were not in consonant with the foreign relation objectives of their countries. They go on their individual efforts. And if somebody will say there is no better objective option to APC, Nigeria is worse off. It's only God that will save this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, you can probably try to understand where that assertion is coming from, especially with, weak opposition. And that's not to say that opposition is weak per se, but you'd find that for a democracy to hold strength, as strong as the ruling party is, you have to have an equally strong opposition. We've seen in very recent time a lot of cross-carpeting. We've seen in very recent time a lot of internal conflict go on within these opposition parties. And that obviously makes you beg the question, how strong is opposition in Nigeria? So will the ruling party be entirely wrong to say that there is no opposition if these opposition parties, are faced with challenges such as defections and internal, infractions and conflicts? If that is happening consistently, as it has been happening in the past few, it weakens the strength of opposition. So would we then say that we have a strong opposition in Nigeria? So maybe that's where that's coming from. But thank you for sharing your thoughts. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, and Gabriella.
Good morning. You're welcome.
My name is Salasi. I greet Magwaza Max Abubakar from Gogolada.
Go ahead.
From Niger State. I want to talk about electricity tariff again. Then they may add the electricity tariff. You see what I'm always saying? When there is this idea that the sky falls for all of us. And now the sky is hitting all of us now. Look at now. This adding of this tariff doesn't know APC, doesn't know PDP, doesn't know even non-partisan. We are all into it. We have come to this. Now I'm expecting the Labour to come for the protest of this electricity tariff again. We heard of subsidy is gone. They didn't say anything. But for telecommunication, they want to come out for protest. While they have been increasing electricity tariff, they keep mute. They can't even say anything. So welcome to APC government. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling and sharing your thoughts. Let's take some comments now, shall we? We've got a few comments on Facebook. Remember, we're streaming live on there as well as on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. That's one word. So you can watch us live on Facebook and on YouTube, whichever you fancy. Yarda Cedric, good morning. Thank you for watching us live on Facebook. Yinka Afolaya, good morning to you as well. Yinka is watching us live from Ilorin, Kwara State. Good morning to you, Plankat Saleh. Thank you for tuning in live. Let's see. Benedict Mamvong is watching us live from Newi. That's amazing. Good morning to you, Hafsat Mwazu. Good morning, Agobos Andrew as well. Thank you all for joining us live on Facebook. Mwaza John Lasisi from Jigobari on Facebook says, why not just allow the late Bolaige to rest peacefully since government has decided not to do anything about it, is what he says. Aleke Modestas Ikechuku says, good morning. May this new week bring good luck to you all. And let's see, Ali Ruben Omeza says, the lives of the poor Nigerians seem to mean nothing but cannon fodder to the political elites who live in affluence, preparing for another increased tariff on electricity, and the awaiting increase in telecoms tariffs while we're still grappling with inflation occasioned by the draconian economic policy by this government tells it all. We can only hope that we do not get taxed for the air that we breathe one day. May we never get to that time. that will be disastrous, to say the least. That's almost even impossible, But never say never, right? Also, Francis Indamani is watching us live from Amagunze in Enugu State. He says, good morning. Good morning to you right back. Also, Francis... Okay, so he goes on to say the federal government should do everything possible and urgently to address the issue of electricity tariff hike and the hike in telecoms tariff to ameliorate the plight of Nigerians. May God help us. Thank you for sharing that. And Imam Musa Chori says, Happy New Week and Happy New Month. May God bless Nigeria. Congratulations to Arsenal. He sent that in from Assol. And Dr. Mrs. Umar Libera from Owerri says, corruption is bleeding this country to death. The corrupt person is a thief. And Yimka Odumakin, in his book, The Watchdog, pleaded with us not to call a thief a chief. Nobody should abuse our collective intelligence. The failure to enthrone the best is the encouragement of mediocrity. A person does not give what he doesn't have. A corrupt person cannot fight corruption because even if you bathe and clothe a pig, it will remain a pig. Corruption is wickedness and a sin that must not escape punishment. It must not continue to be our way of life. We can't continue fighting it with lip service, decorative language, and corrupt people. Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Umar Olibera, for your thoughts. And Prince Olafeju Peter says, may God help our dear country, Nigeria. Nobilistic nobility, good morning to you. He says APC government deals with Nigerians. All right, let's get on now to YouTube. We do have some comments on YouTube as well. And then we get to the WhatsApp platform. Good morning to you, Steve DG, watching us live from China. China? That's interesting. Thank you for joining us live. Mohammed Wambai says, Mrs. Omeza, 10K doesn't last me 2 days. How can I demote myself to band Z? Talking about the electricity tariff, I see. Chinonso Akuriana says, good morning, Gabriella. Watching live from Enugu. Wish everyone a happy new month. Mohammed Wambai also says the electricity tariff hike is not welcome in all ramifications. 10K units doesn't last me 2 days on band A because it only gives me 43 units. Have mercy on us is what he says. And Hafsat Moaza says, sad story from Borno. Our condolences to their loved ones. And Mohammed again says, I'm tired of all this drama in the petroleum sector, be it Dangote or the marketers or NNPCL. Nigerians deserve better. And all we want and demand is availability, accessibility, and affordability of the product, is what he says. We'll take a few more calls on WhatsApp and we'll get back to the messages online. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Zakaria. Good morning to the listeners and the callers. I want to take on Mr. Rotimi Amechi and El-Rufai. You see, these are our leaders. He said he cannot act a Nollywood actor in politics. A lot of them will come on board. I could tell you for free, my sister, an opportunity and get to where they are. Not to say maybe they are brilliant more than other Nigerians. And when they get to the opportunity, how did they utilize it? How far Kaduna people with El-Rufai policy when he was a governor? He was in a PDP struggling for minister. He went on exile, moved around, formed CPC with him. He used Buhari popularity to win a governor in Kaduna. On his own, he said it, not me. I'm quoting him, he said it himself. Then, destroy PDP, form APC. Now, they see themselves they are irrelevant in APC again. They want to form another party. We see more dramas. And I'm advising PDP. They should look inward. Look for somebody like Sule Lamido. They has never decamped to any political party. Or Babangida Aliyu of Niger State. They have never decamped to any political party.
All right.
Make them the chairman of reconciliation. Not all this decampi that has no future for the country. All what they want is power, grabbing power without no any impact. I could say that for free. We are watching them with key interest too. With key interest. They got nothing to offer, and we are watching them.
All right.
Any drama we they want, we they watch them, we go they profile them, they tell Nigerians what they are. They got nothing to offer Nigerians again. Now they have a political general and the helm of affairs. We are watching the game. How are they going to play it? If they like, make them mad, make them do it in they want to do. We will share with him, go end up. Nothing for them again.
All right.
If you there on office is an opportunity for you to govern your people very well, to do so very well, so that when you are speaking, they will say, yes, he has done this, he has done that. No power hungers. Just hold on to power without no any impact to their people.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. A few messages on WhatsApp. Good morning, Radio Angel Gabriella. This message reads, I greet all the listeners and callers of Nigeria Info. Thought woken up with a heavy heart. I lost my mother-in-law in the early hours of today. Dangote refinery reduction of petroleum price. We'll look for more in order to bring relief to the common man. Reps didn't ask for money. I said, okay, yeah, the head boy from Massacre. So sorry about your loss. Please accept our condolences from all of us at Nigeria Info. Master John Lassisi says that school principal and family parish in Inferno is a disaster. May their souls rest in peace. Let us be vigilant and alert because life is precious. Oludade Abiodun says, who is sponsoring the Labour Party to destroy the party? I totally agree with Sunday Dare. Both El Rufai and Amechi are behaving the way they behave because they are not in government, is what Oludade says. And this says it is only in Nigeria that customers pay for services not rendered. Why shouldn't telcos fix their equipment, have good airwave reception, and end distortion of calls before the hike? What then will happen if we still have distorted network after the tariff hike? Asotex from Massacre is asking. I want to know the answer to that question too. So yes, we all need the answers. And ADC's planned tariff increase is such a cruel move by the government. This message reads, Tinubu should be considerate and supportive, not trying to drill the citizens to death. Insecurity is still active. The government should do better, especially about the issue of these killings. It's just inhumane. Fitzgerald from Airport Road says, and this year says, good morning, Gabriella. The reduction in ex-depot prices of petrol will not reflect immediately in the petrol station, says Petroan. If the reverse is the case, the effect will be immediate. But now that it's a reduction in price, they are giving excuses that it will not reflect immediately. God is seeing all of us. I expect the UN, Amnesty International, and World Human Rights Organizations to prevail on Trump to stop deporting illegal migrants in handcuffs and leg chains.